Hi here, Finns here. I'm back for another edition of my reviews. Yeah, let's hit the camera here. Yes, I'm back for another one of my Big Brother Eviction Prediction 2023 reviews. However you put it in that order. And yes, what a week it's been in the Big Brother house this week. But before I get into this week, what happened last week? My eviction prediction. As you remember last week, Harry, Trish, and Dylan were up for the public vote. And who got evicted? I predicted Harry, and it was Harry. Harry went, which I was sad about because I thought kind of Big Brother was very important for her, and I hope she achieved everything she wanted to achieve in the house. I think maybe she just threw maybe one or two many tantrums in the house that maybe cost her a place. Maybe who knows? Who knows what was the reason? Obviously, I hope the reason people didn't evict her because she was trans. I don't think that was the reason. It's just probably she probably threw too many tantrums compared to the other two that were up. So I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't go into that debate saying people voted for her because she is a trans girl. I wouldn't say that at all. No, 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 no. No way. Um, but yeah, she gone. And then we had the shopping task this week, and it was very scary. Oh, is it working? Yes. Oh, it's not really working. Maybe turn off the lights. Oh, no, that hardly does anything. Turn it back on. So yes, it was a Halloween edition of the shopping task this week. They all did some tasks. We saw previous housemates come back in spirit form, so they were all on a Ouija board. Um, you know, we saw them all dressed up in Halloween costumes. You know, we had vampires, nuns, um, scarecrows, and a pumpkin. Poor Henry, who didn't like being a pumpkin. Um, but we also had a shock eviction this week. Yes. Well, Noki got a secret mission from Big Brother and had to bring someone else with her. Trish. She decided Trish. They had to say midnight 3 times at 4:30 in the morning, go into a secret pathway, and they will have a secret power to basically have put 3 housemates up for a killer nomination and up for a very secret eviction. And it was Olivia, Dylan, and Kerry were up. And I didn't do a video of who I was going to predict because, you know, I only do these videos once a week, not twice a week. And I did think it would be Kerry to be evicted, and I was right. Kerry sadly got evicted. The first backdoor eviction, which I'm not always like so keen about backdoor evictions because, you know, if they handle it only if they handle it well. I remember the Channel 5 days in 2017 when they just constantly backdoor evictions. I think the problem I have is they don't have proper sit-down interviews. If you have a if you did a backdoor eviction and they don't show the evicted housemate's best bits, so which is a bit unfair. At least with this eviction, Carrie's eviction, she did have a sit-down interview, and it was better because it was just one of the hosts, a one-to-one, and we sure saw Kerry's best bits, like if she would be evicted um, normally. Um, I think she was generally happy to go, Kerry. I think after Hallie left, I don't think Kerry really enjoyed it that much. Because I kind of think Kerry lost her friend in the house. And she had Olivia, but their connection wasn't really the same. Um, and probably she's probably glad she didn't have to face the big old crowd. Considering they've been shouting out, "Get Kerry out! Get Kerry out!" Um, so yeah, I think it was for the best. And then, oh, an earthquake erupted in the Big Brother house. A big argument happened. Oh God, Dylan erupted for some reason, saying he wasn't happy about Trish and Noki nominating him, even though they had to nominate someone. Big deal. I personally didn't like how he handled it. yes, he can, he wasn't happy about it, but I don't I don't think he executed it well. I think he should have allowed the girls um to give a reason why they nominated her, um to explain themselves why what happened for than just coming in saying, "Oh, why this black on black?" For me, I didn't like he brought race into the argument. I got a bit uncomfortable watching that. Like race had nothing to do with this. I didn't like why he said black on black. Why would you vote black on black? That made me feel uncomfortable. I know I'm a white guy, but that just made me feel really uncomfortable watching it. And I'm sure it made probably some of the housemates a bit uncomfortable about that comment. I just don't think one thing you shouldn't mention. I don't think race had to do anything with the vote at all. Um, yeah, I just felt a bit uncomfortable watching that. Oh, I mean, I do agree that Trish maybe could have handled the argument a bit better as well, but I do agree she was probably a bit angry of how Dylan acted in that way. Um, yeah. And then we had nominations. We had Dylan, I put it on my hand. Dylan received, oh, it's kind of faded, the most votes. He got 7 votes. Noki got 6. Trish got 5. And Paul got 4. And those are the 4 people going to be up for a double eviction. Also, in tonight's episode, we had push the button and let me know before I get the wrong idea and show Mr. Freak that I control. Good old Sugar Babes there. Um, Still going since the year 2000. No. Um, we had a push the button task where you push the button and a housemate gets an award or prize, or push the button and they get a punishment. Simple Big Brother task when they don't do the shopping task or nominations. Something to do in the house, I guess. And it was nice. Anyway, so 4 people are going to be up for the first double eviction this series. I mean, to be fair, they need to get them out of the house. 'Cause, come on, we're halfway through the series now, and we're near the finale. It ain't going to be a long series because they've started in October for some reason. So you just whittle them down. So let's go through them one by one. Let's start off with Dylan first. I have, I've lost a little bit of warmth towards Dylan this last week. I struggled with him last week with the cooking situation, and this week I just don't think he's enjoyed it that much. He hasn't seemed as happy like the first couple of weeks. He just feels very angry and annoyed for some reason. Um, yeah, I still don't like how he handled that argument with Trish. And just that comment, black on black, I just felt very uncomfortable watching that personally. Yeah, I just don't. I'm just getting to the point where I'm a bit annoyed with how he's handling things. I just want to go to him and say, enjoy it, enjoy your experience, mate. He just has felt like the angry dad. He's supposed to be the fun dad, the cool dad. But he seems like a bit of an angry dad at the moment. It just feels very cross as well. And there was a little bit on Later Live where somebody said, "Oh, you are a bully. I wonder what's going to happen tomorrow night on tomorrow night's show in the Eviction show." So that's going to be interesting to see if that's a part anything to do with Dylan there. But yeah, I'm losing interest with him. I really am. He's become the villain of the house, and I really didn't expect that on launch show. I thought, maybe there'd be some confrontation for sure, but I thought he would be like the party guy, the people that's gonna, yay, you know. But he's really become the angry one in the house, and that's a shame. I just think he's kind of lost it a little bit. He hasn't won his argument. Now let's move on to Trish. I like Trish. I like her every time I see her now because I like she stands up for. I think it was wrong Dylan trying to call her out. I think at the end of the day, Noki and Trish had to put some people up. That's the aim of the game. You know, if you don't like it, tough. That's just what they have to do. That was their secret mission. Okay, they could have handled it a bit better, you know, but they had no time to explain themselves before Dylan walked in saying black on black. Yeah, I like Trish. I warm to her. She is the opposite to Dylan for me. I warm to her every time she speaks. I like her. She's funny. She has a point of view. I agree with her. Okay, maybe sometimes, maybe it can be not executed always in the right way, but I understand her. I understand where she's coming from. She feels real. She feels like human in a way. I like Trish. I warm to her every episode. I want Trish to stay. Let's move on to Noki now, which is also an interesting housemate to talk about because she hasn't faced the public vote yet. Um, Obviously, Noki, is like our beauty queen of the house that she keeps going on about Miss World or something, Miss UK or something like that. A beauty parlor thing. Oh, I forget what it's called now. But she is very well spoken in the house. Some people said she can be a bit of an actress sometimes. Are the tears real? Is she forcing tears? I mean, they're real tears, that's for sure. I mean, I have been a bit, well, unlike Trish with Nokia, I've been a bit, oh, is she playing us? Is this for real? Is she real? But I have to say though, I did feel sorry for how that argument, and she didn't really want to involve herself, and she looked like I don't like how she is becoming a villain of the house, really. And it's very interesting this last week, really, that both Trish and Noki became the two bad girls. I say bad guys, but they're girls, the bad girls of the house, and they are two women of color. And this is what I mentioned last week. Is this a race thing in the house? And I really hope it's not. And then Dylan mentioned black and black. Yeah, it's really interesting how this whole unfolding. Oh no, I can't speak. Unfolding. In the house at the moment. Um, yeah, yeah. But she is a beautiful girl, Noki. Beautiful skin. Oh, stunning woman. Absolutely stunning. Very well spoken, yes. So she's a smart cookie, Noki. She's a smart Noki, that's for sure. Um, but no, no, I do kind of wonder though. Sometimes she can be a bit thinking about things and how to say it, and maybe it's her upcoming. That's where how she comes from. But she's a beautiful girl and she's a smart cookie, and I mean she seems nice. I do go to her and say, "Oh, stop crying so many times, otherwise the housemates are gonna judge you on that." It's good to allow emotions, but when you, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. I guess people's backgrounds and that. Um, but overall, I don't mind Nokia, and I did feel sorry for her when other housemates acted quite harsh to her and brutal to her, and I didn't like that at all when she was really upset, and then Olivia really was against her, and mm, no, no, no. Anyway, and Paul is up. Oh, how could I forget? It's like he's not even in the house. Paul was also facing the eviction this week. Um, Paul. Yeah. So it's going to be no. um, Paul was a bit quiet the first couple of weeks, and now he's come out of his shell a bit more. I didn't like his argument in the ant task they did, shouting, "I'm a D-head. You think I'm a D-head?" to Noki and Olivia. I didn't think that was like a very gentlemanlike um at all. I don't know about Paul, he doesn't wear many clothes. I haven't really warmed to him, really. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I'm sure he brings a lot of fun to the house. That's for sure. He ain't dull. But I don't know. I think he is probably a genuinely nice guy in that. But does he deliver that much I don't know. I don't know. I think yeah, he needs to step up a little bit more as well. I don't know. He's another one that I don't really warm to that much in the house, unfortunately. In any case, who do I think will be evicted tomorrow night or tonight, whenever you're watching this? Um, Remember, two people are going to go home as well. I think, I think the obvious one is Dylan. I think that it's now come to a point where I think people are getting a bit annoyed with how Dylan is acting in the house, and he needs to go. Needs to go. Let somebody else cook in the kitchen. You know what I mean? I think it will be Dylan that will be going. Interesting enough, what I've picked up on Later Live is Jenkin always predicts who's going to go home. In the first week, it was Farida. Then he predicted the two housemates up for the public vote, Zach and Henry. In week two, last week it's Ali. I mean, yeah. So, and this week he predicted um, Dylan and Noki. Well, he nominated those two. So I wonder if those two are going to get evicted. I don't know. I don't think Paul's going to go. I don't think he's annoyed the general public that much to get evicted. So I think he's all right. I think it's going to be between Trish or Noki, and I'm going to say Noki because I think there are people that like Trish more than Noki. But that being said, it is a vote to evict. It ain't a vote to save. But I don't know. I think with Trish, it comes her emotions and her feelings become real. Sometimes with Noki, it can come not forced, but it can be feel a bit scripted, like some of the things she does. I don't know. I don't know. I don't mind Noki. She's a beautiful girl in that. But maybe the way she's played the game a little bit hasn't worked in her favours, let's say. Yeah, I'm going to say superstition is right. It's Dylan, and then the second person I think might well be Noki. Oh! In any case, what did you think of this Halloweenish week, spooky week of Big Brother? Comment down below in the comment section below, like and subscribe this video, and I'll be back for more content very soon. So then, goodbye, people, goodbye. Ooh.